A busy night weather-wise. Joining us once again is Chief Meteorologist Sarah Knox, keeping an eye on the sky for us. Hey, Sarah.
Hey there, Cammie. It has been tricky this evening as most of this has been on the wet side, especially in places like Charles City, as we can see behind me. Still quite active as the rain is coming down, makes it difficult to see anything on the camera because, well, the camera's covered in rain. So are the roadways, so are the buildings, our cars, and anybody who is unfortunately having to walk out there right now. Hopefully you have the umbrella handy. Now, so far, and by so far I mean as of 8 p.m. this evening, Charles City actually getting a decent amount of rainfall. So again, a little higher than this at the moment, but as of 8 p.m. Charles City reporting over a ½ inch of rainfall. It's a little less the further to the north you go. Some places, some pretty impressive rainfall totals, over an inch, getting closer to that 1.5 inches in New Hampton. So of course, keep updated on those rain totals as more rain is falling, but it has started to take a bit of a lull. That's some good news, especially as temperatures really do start to finally drop. It's been interesting though. They have not been dropping as quickly as what was originally in the forecast. So a lot of the blues and the pink that we're picking up here, it's a little higher up in the atmosphere, which means that as the rain is falling, it's freezing, then unfreezing as it hits the ground. So that keeps things on the wet side. It also helps that the center of the low pressure system is hugging our area a bit more than once again, what was originally looking like it was going to make more of an east-northeast track. So again, some good news. This keeps things a little warmer, but ultimately we will be slipping into the cool side of this low pressure system. And whatever rain is left over will eventually change over to more frozen precipitation, possibly even some snowfall. So even the fact that most of this has been on the wet side, there's been a little bit of slush that has built up on roadways. We've been seeing partially covered roads being reported predominantly across southern Minnesota. That's what we're seeing here in the blue. You can see this whole stretch of 35 all the way to the border and further to the north, partially covered in that light slush, and yes, wet roadways as well, causing some of that blue. Temperatures, though, they've been staying above the freezing point. Like I said, this is not a bad thing. If we can keep all of this on the wet side, that'll make things easier for us during the morning commute. But we're still looking on track to see these temperatures drop, and therefore Futurecast is picking up on that eventual changeover. See the dark blues here? I'm thinking what it's picking up there is still more that wet precipitation, that any snow that does fall either will become slushy or will ultimately melt upon impact. But once we do get into the overnight, those temperatures slip down. This is around 2 p.m. Finally, we are seeing more of that, I'd say, isolated to scattered snowfall before it moves out, before the sun even rises. So this is what I've got going for us for the precipitation timeline. Right now, kind of that mix turning into more snowfall as it eventually moves out. So I'm keeping some red on the roadways, meaning it's not the best time to drive there as you're heading out overnight. But the morning commute is looking better, just some icy sidewalks possible as temperatures do eventually warm back up for tomorrow. I think that's some good news. But then they cool right back down, Cammie, and more snow on the way for the weekend.